Welcome to Prevent Your Adventure, and tonight, early to mid-August, more like mid-August, on the recommendation of Michael C., I'm in Ashford at the Ashford Dairy Bar and Grill. So let me show you what that place looks like as best I can. And though it used to be a sit-down place, it's strictly takeout now. And they have a lot of people just coming in for ice cream on a Sunday night. And my mess up was I took my grandchildren out Friday, and so I moved my tray and my little table out, so I don't have that to put it on to display this for you. So I guess I'm just going to have to hold it up and show it to you. So this is a super burger. It's a double cheeseburger with lettuce and special sauce. This is their small fry. Comes in a crazy bag. And a bowl of chili. So this is roadside Americana. No other way to put it. Just one of those roadside places that, I don't know, but typically opens just in the warmer months. Right into the French fries, which are okay. The chili, and I'm not going to pass a judgment, but I'm going to make a comment, looks to be a lot of beans. It smells like a lot of beans. It's very thick. Didn't get any napkins. Oh well. Alright, so the chili was okay. But maybe a step above canned chili. I don't know. I'm not against onions, but a very thick layer of onions in there, and the menu said nothing about onions. So, I got no napkins. Let's pull out the paper towels. They seem to be short-staffed here and struggling a bit, as are a lot of places. Alright, first impressions, roadside food. Let me finish, come back, give you my final thoughts. Okay, let's wrap it up here at Ashford Dairy Bar and Grill, Ashford, Connecticut. Thanks to Michael C. The chili, just my opinion. Different people have different opinions. But I'm telling you, in my opinion, it seemed like they took canned chili, tried to doctor it up a little bit, and that was the end of that. Just a lot of beans, hardly any meat. In my opinion, it was really more like eating can of beans, but it's okay. The fries are pretty decent as I worked my way through them. They were more of a shoestring type. Not the smallest I've ever had, but more of a shoestring type, and they were done pretty nicely. The burger was the best part of the meal. It had some nice flavor. I don't know, they have some sauce they throw on it. I don't know what it is. But it was nicely cooked, nice and fresh. Had some good flavor to it. The burger was enjoyable. Like I say, short staff, but two people I talked to were very patient, very nice, very polite. So it's always a plus. And the food was heavy. I am extremely full. So that's not an issue. Good solid food. So that worked well. So let's give it a score. Ashford Dairy Bar and Grill. And it's tough on these roadside places because it's a rarity when you find one that makes you go, oh. I'm sitting here thinking now, have I ever really been to one of those? And I sure I have, but it's not popping up in my head. I didn't do a video on it, but I was visiting my son and daughter-in-law and grandchildren in New Hampshire, so we went up near Laconia, Weirs Beach area and went to a roadside stand Friday. And it was okay. Very expensive. It's a tourist area. I guess you expect that. So I got the same thing there that I got here. It was like $9 or $10 less here than it was there. So that tells you something. So anyhow, let's give it a score. .6. It's what you expect at these places, and they did what they do, and they did it well enough. And I'm going to say 7.6 is right about where I would rank them. Alright, let's do a throwback. I haven't heard from anyone telling me don't do the throwback, so I'm just going to keep doing them until people start. But I have noticed that number of views per video is dropping, so I don't know if that has something to do with throwbacks or not. Weather can only take so much of me. I can understand that. A lot of different things. Alright. Absolutely nothing to do with anything around here that's going on, but I don't have anything from around here. I did go to Boy Scout camp up there, but it's 1 week and I never camped again. Tells you how that went. So, I was thinking about my first 2 jobs I ever had. So my first job, I was in 4th grade. And 4 buildings down, 4 houses down from where I lived, there was a nursery school. And the lady who ran it, Miss Leach, I don't know what made her think of me. I don't know where this came from. I don't know. But one day, somehow, and I don't remember where or how, when, but she approached me and said, listen, I'm looking for someone to do some work for me. Are you interested? And I thought, I'm not sure what you're looking for, but what is it? And it was the job was every day after I got out of school, come to her nursery school after the kids had left, and I don't know what time they left, but there was no one ever there when I went there. And I was to clean up and pick up all the toys in the outside sandboxing area, or line them up neatly, put them back where they belong, so the next day the kids could come and do it all over again. Paid 40 cents a day, which nowadays isn't much, but I was 9 years old. 40 cents a day then is probably worth $4 or $5 a day. I don't know. Now, I just a guess. I have no idea. Maybe less. So I started doing that in 4th grade, and after a year or two, she decided that I was doing pretty well, and I got a raise to 50 cents an hour. 50 cents a day, not an hour. And it didn't even take me an hour. And though it doesn't sound like much, I did that up through 8th grade, and I was able to buy myself some clothes that I wanted. I was able to buy myself a 10-speed bicycle before they became popular, and it worked out pretty nicely for me. So I remember first job working behind Miss Leach's nursery school, which is a place that was, before 1900, a buggy whip factory. Nothing to do with the story, just an interesting tidbit there. The guy made a small fortune manufacturing buggy whips until they didn't need them anymore. So, second job, and it's funny, it's the same money, sort of, was picking apples. At the time it was Turnquist Orchards. It became Blasey Orchards, and now I think it's something else, I don't know, in East Killingly, Connecticut. And they gave me a ladder, and I had to climb a tree and pick apples, and I got 40 cents a bushel. And I did that 7th grade and 8th grade, because 9th grade I was playing football. 7th grade and 8th grade, and strangely enough, they liked the apples I picked. I always made sure that, they got the really good stuff and there was not a lot of bruised stuff. Started getting 50 cents a bushel. So the 40 to 50 was my thing back then. I did that for a couple years, and I was never an apple fan anyhow, but that kind of really turned me off to apples, so I don't have much to do with apples anymore. There's a lot of other stuff, other fruits I would certainly prefer over apples. That was my first 2 jobs, and I just put money in my pocket as a kid. Gave me, opportunities to get stuff and buy stuff and do stuff. Certainly how I paid for all my, this is for the older people, 45s, few albums. And it just really kind of started building a little bit of work ethic. I never missed a day. That's what I've always done. When I was self-employed, I allowed myself 1 sick day a year, and somehow I'd get sick for 1 day a year, and that was it. So I think that those jobs set me up. So anyhow, that was my employment history prior to going to work for my father. So there you go. Ashford Dairy Bar and Grill, Ashford, Connecticut, 7.6.